Paul, I'm going to start off just by asking you where you were born, where you're from.
I'm from between Fremont and Fostoria. Bexville, if you ever heard of that place, it's just a little town, and we had 12 in my graduation class, so you know how big that school was. But yeah, that's where I come from. I went to Bible school in Toledo, and I enjoyed my job very much and enjoyed the people.
Now I'm going to ask you, how did you get to Vermilion?
The supply man told me there was 2 openings, and one was in Dayton and one was in Vermilion, and my dad says, oh, why don't you try Vermilion first? It's closer. So that's how I ended up there. And I went to work for Pete Derby or Cliff Derby. I imagine the older folks remember him, and he was a wonderful person, a good barber. And I worked for him for 7 years. He talked about retiring, and that's one reason why I came down. After I started working for him, I didn't care if he retired or not, because he was such a nice person. And Vermilion's got, oh, everybody's nice. You know, you read the papers and people are bad, and Vermilion, if they got them, they're hidden.
What happened when he retired? Did you just stay there, or did you buy the business? Or?
Yeah, I bought the business from him, yeah, and then I thought I could get help, because there was 2 of us, but we just didn't have enough clientele for 2 people to make a living and raise a family, so I ended up by myself. My helper left in about a year, and
that's how
he was good. He was a good barber too. He went to Lorraine, and Campo. I don't know if anybody ever heard of the Campos, but he was a good barber, and he barbered, I think, a long time in Lorraine.
When you first came to Vermilion, were there other barbers in town?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember who they were?
Eberly, Russ Eberly. I don't know, maybe a lot of you folks knew him. His family was fishermen, and we had a picture of him with a sturgeon in our shop, and the sturgeon was about as tall as he was.
About 6 feet. Yeah, it's a very famous photograph.
Yeah. It was. I don't know if they got any sturgeons in the lake now or not.
I don't know. You're the barber, you know.
I don't think they're allowed to catch them anymore, but I'm not sure, you know, after they took the gill netters away, well, you know, the main fishermen more or less disappeared. I guess there's a couple still fishing, right, Rich?
I think there's at least 1 boat going out of Vermilion, yeah. What year did you come to Vermilion?
57.
1957.
Yeah.
What kind of haircuts were you given then?
Flat tops was coming in. That was my first experience with flat tops, and when I left, flat tops were coming back in again.
Yeah, I got one, I didn't come.
Cut down a little short.
Yeah. Now, earlier, Candy was saying that she'd never been in a barber shop or seldom had. Did you ever have any women come into your barber shop?
Well, we had maybe 3 or 4 women customers, but we had women stop. I'm trying to think, who did I send?
Eva?
She lived on the north end across from the, Margaret, you know.
You're talking about Eva Wagner?
Well, Eva Wagner was one of our customers. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Louise Giddings?
Huh?
Was it Louise Giddings?
Louise, yeah, Louise, yeah. She was a visitor.
Did she ever have anything to say?
We enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. In fact, she, you know, she was a piano player. I don't know if anybody knew her or not, but she could hear a song and then play it. I never could understand that, and she played in the bars but refused to drink. She wouldn't drink. She would play in the bars.
How about the mayors? You ever had any of the mayors come in? I mean, the mayors of Vermilion. Political people.
So, you know, Louis Mayor.
Louis Lau?
Louis Lau, yeah. And of course, at that time, the Erie County Bank across the street there, Dick Gale, he came in. And I don't know, I don't think we allowed any lawyers at the time.
He got his last haircut, didn't he?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if the Baumharts came in ever for
Chuck.
Charlie, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever cut what was
David?
yeah, I don't think I ever we cut his hair. He was already, I think, in politics at that time, and I thought he was pretty good politician. I don't know.
Congressman, yeah.
But, you know, I'm trying to think.
Who was one of your best customers?
Huh?
Who was one of your best customers, persons you like to see come in?
Oh, I don't know. I liked them all. They all paid, you know.
I guess you could. They didn't give you any tips, so did they?
Might give you a tip, all right.
Were you married when you came to Vermilion?
No.
No?
I was single. I stayed at Mrs. Zorn's. I don't know if you remember her or not, by Louis' grocery store.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah, McKay. And,
He probably came in too.
yeah, Louis did. And then Mr. Fisher, Fisher's funeral home, his dad stayed there too. He was a nice gentleman. I had somebody else too, but I can't remember who it was. She had 3 customers.
When did you get married?
In 61. Yeah.
Where did you meet your wife at?
The Palladium. I don't know if any of you folks know where the Palladium was in Elyria.
Sure.
She was from Elyria. And,
Did you like to
that's
dance?
a dance hall.
Yeah?
Dance hall.
You like to dance?
I did at that time. I'd ask all the pretty girls, but they never wanted to dance with me.
What kind of dances did you like the best?
Well, we square dance mostly, round dance some, but, you know, just kind of walk around for a round dance or whatever. Took lessons, but it didn't help much.
I got kicked off the floor one time.
Yeah.
Remember any of the town characters?
Huh?
Men or women town characters? Do you remember any of those people?
Well, but not really, yes. Louise was one, but she was all right. In fact, you know, she actually run a little restaurant next door for about a year.
I don't know.
A friend. Oh, I'm trying to think of what they called him. Happy Jack.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Happy,
Yeah.
he was from Boston, I think he was. And of course, Boston George.
Sure.
Everybody.
George Dwyer. Nice guy.
Oh,
Did he sweep the floor ever?
well, he did about everything.
Wash
Windows,
Yeah.
sweep the sidewalk, and he helped everybody, you know, down the street he'd do it. He's retired from Ford. And he was kind of a character, but he worked at it. You know, like he'd be sweeping the sidewalk, somebody come by and he'd have a burst out in song. He was a great person. yeah. He come from Boston.
Yep. Did Jim Hart, his boys come in?
Yeah, yeah. Pete and, I can't remember what the other boy's name was. Yeah, and then Jim. Good neighbors. And the Burks, you know, they had their store. I can't remember, the wife and I were trying to figure out who run the bookstore next to the Howards. Remember that?
Oh, Whitman's.
Litman, yeah, I forgot, yeah.
Yeah, Whitman's, and then there was another one over there too after.
Yeah, later, yeah. I can't remember what that was either. But that was, you could buy your bus tickets there and
Yep.
get the papers and...
Downtown was jumping.
Yeah.
O'Coggies was probably still across the street. Oh, of course, you knew Vassbinder too.
Vast Binder, yeah. Yeah. The O'Coggies and Lighthisers. Ray was a fun guy to be around. I don't know if anybody ever knew Ray or not, but he always made fun of us. Back then, you know, they were shaving and he'd say, rip them off, you know. That wasn't supposed to be a compliment, I don't think. But he didn't get shaved, you know. Elmer Turner was Pete's, you know, he got all his shaves there. And those old timers could just, I think when it come my turn to shave him, he was glad to get out, you know.
Scared, you know.
Well, he had you know, they shaved him so long, his face was, it was tough. It was, but he had a tough beard too. And he, I told you about him taking me for a ride in those
Tell them about it.
Well, I don't know why he liked me, but he did, I guess. And he said, I want to show you my farm. So I said, okay. So one day we made arrangements and I pulled up there and climbed in his Cadillac and we drove around on the farms. Riding in the Cadillac. I thought that was pretty neat.
Sure.
Are we done, Mitch?
No. How many bow ties do you have?
I'm 25.
25. She's got a box of them over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
My wife made all those.
Oh, these are beautiful.
I had some self-tied ones, but I didn't bring them because I was ashamed to wear them because you had to just clip them on, you know, you don't have to know
You
anything.
got any with a squirt gun in one?
Should have had one of them, yeah.
You remember Paul Matrakis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hot Dog Paul, we called him. And he was, you know, Emily, he never really warmed up to her, you know, and she's his wife. And should I tell him about
Yeah, go
when
ahead.
they killed his wife?
Yeah.
Well, some guy come running and I think it was Whitey and George that says, there's a guy down there who wants to kill his wife. He said, well, who is he? Well, he's running that little restaurant down there. I said, don't worry about that. He's always wanted to get rid of her because he figured she spent his money, you know. I don't think she got much of money away from him, but she might, I don't know.
They both went back to Greece.
Yes.
Paul, if you didn't know, Paul had his Paul's snack shop right next door to this Paul's place.
Yeah.
And Paul was married to Emily, and Emily it was an arranged marriage, and there was money involved. And that's why all the yelling and screaming. But they didn't work together. She worked her shift and he worked the shift. They never worked together.
But
They're good hot dogs, though.
she had such a cute little giggle was. It was nice to hear her laugh. And another thing, he used our back room to throw his newspapers and stuff. And then beside us, at that time, that alleyway was like a little cabinet-like. And that's where he kept all his pop and stuff. And he had like, he'd only take like maybe 3 or 4 bottles of pop at a time. I don't know why it had to be that way. Somebody tried to show him different, but that was his thing. I suppose he probably dropped some and broke them, so that was his thing. And he made a living out of that little thing. You know, it's like a piece of pie there in the back. If you sat in the back seat, you had a back for you because of the wall, you know? So farther up front you had, you know, you didn't have any back on your seat like that one. It was kind of cute.
You know George Rathbun?
George Rathbun, yeah, our neighbor. He, the grocer, a big old roll of cheese, you know, cut off a hunk, and same way with George was a nice guy.
How about the DePiros? They were around the corner.
Yeah, they run the restaurant there. Ruth was out front, and husband, poor guy, he was in the back. He hardly ever got to see anybody. She worked back there. She did all the personal relation thing, you know. So, they made a living there.
Sure. Was the AMP still there when you AMP store, was that still
Yeah,
there?
oh yeah.
So Doc and things, meat market must have been down the street.
Yeah, Doc,
still.
Doc. I was trying to think of who that was. Yeah, that's Doc. Yeah, they had the meat market there. Of course, when I was single, I didn't patronize him for that, but yeah, he made a living there too, I guess.
Wilmer Jump was next to him.
Wilmer, yeah, Wilmer.
Did you know Fred Fisher?
Yeah, Fred. Yeah, he was mayor at one time.
Yeah. He probably stopped in there once in a while.
Once in a while, but he liked the barber in Birmingham because, well, they were Masons.
Oh,
So the fellow Masons stuck together, and that's okay, you know, so. But he did come in, see, Pete was a Mason too.
yeah.
So after he retired, I don't know when Fisher left, but the barber, I'm trying to think I can't even think of his name now. He just died, but he said that he came there because he was a Mason. So, but, that's good, they were brothers.
Did Pete come back down to get his haircut?
Who?
Pete.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I just wondered if he came back after he retired.
Oh, yeah, well, he had a
Came
hip.
back to cut your hair?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Who does cut your hair?
I don't know. I got to find a barber now. Why not? What I did too is I did go around to different shops because I want to see how they worked, if I could learn something from them. And that's the way George Callis, that's what he would do. You know, he run that little white end, and then when he went somewhere, he'd go to the restaurant and go to the back kitchen to see how I don't know if he ever got thrown out or not. Yeah, he tried to learn things from people too.
If you were working all the time like that, when did you find time to go to the different barber shop?
Wednesday, my day off.
The whole day was off on Wednesday? I know part days were.
Well, you know, back then, I think the bank closed at noon too, I'm not really sure, but so Wednesday was a good day. Plus it's the middle of the week, so you get your day off to rest up a little bit.
You worked all day on Saturday then?
Yeah, oh yeah, till 6 o'clock. Yeah, Saturdays was a good day, you didn't want to miss that.
Betcha.
Well, that's what everybody's got to talk, what people make sense,
I bet you gave a lot of young kids a haircut, their first haircuts in there. I bet that was real fun.
Well, that was a real job. I don't understand it. Boys, those little boys, meaner than sin when I come down. They just fight you like a tiger. Took the mother and the father sometimes to hold them down. I talked to beauticians and the girls don't seem to be that way, so I don't know. Of course, you got clippers and they got, close to their head, and I can understand why they're scared, but.
Lucky you didn't have to shave them.
It's okay. You get done and you're proud if you got something and you look pretty good, But, they usually come out all right, but they're tough. They're tough.
What are you doing right now that you're not cutting hair?
Well, just things around home. I go to church every day. I'm getting old enough, I figure I'm going to see that guy up in the sky pretty soon. I'm trying to get ready. But the wife is not well, so I do a lot of her chores. Of course, if you listen to her, she probably would tell you different, but do a running around for her and mop the floor and stuff. And that was a mistake. When I retired, she was still working, so I tried to cook, and after 2 weeks she says, "I'll cook." So then I said, "Well, I'll do the dishes then," and that was a mistake. She can dirty more dishes in one day than the guy wants to clean up. I don't see anything wrong with just cooking and eating out of the same thing.
You were having a good time.
Huh?
You were having a good time.
Well, I can understand why she didn't want my cooking, but she didn't say she didn't like it. She just volunteered to do it, even though she's working. So I kind of figured that out.
But when we're at the barber shop, who was fixing your lunch?
I fixed my own lunch, I think.
Was it good?
Well, I tell you why I fix my own lunch, because I'm so busy that I'm lucky to get anything to eat. So, I tried eating the restaurant where you get the stuff, bring it back, somebody comes in, you eat it cold anyhow. Might as well come with something cold and, and get a bite when you could, so. And back then, Wakefield's guys get off for lunch, and that's when they try to allow them, would try to get their head cut too.
Sure.
Which I don't blame them, it makes sense. And that's your job,
And you probably had a lot of Wakefield guys coming in.
Yeah.
The Mayor boys.
The Mayor boys, yeah.
And the Wakefields themselves.
Yeah.
You knew Margaret's dad? You knew Margaret's dad?
Oh yeah. He was a good customer.
He had to have his hair cut every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he bought my building then,
See, that's one thing I didn't know, and these people probably didn't know it either. If you'd explain that to them.
Well, back then, I don't know what, do you remember, Margaret, about what year that would be?
66.
Anyhow, he had in mind that he wanted Vermilion to be old, like it is, actually, and so he bought our building and had it remodeled a little bit, and then I thought it cost too much money, so I just started paying rent. And one day he said, "Well, I'm going to sell you the building." So then I ended up buying the building. Margaret says she thinks he just said that so I'd buy the building. And he made a smart move because it happened. But, yeah. He is, And that's why we got Harbortown today, because of Ted, with his idea of trying to keep it old and nice and interesting, and people would come, you know, like with a shop, I would probably do like Eddie did and want to change it, but when he came in with his ideas, I had all that old stuff already.
Yeah.
So he saved me a lot of money, and I don't know if he wanted to or not, but it happened that way, and it worked out fine. And people would come in some of them just come in and look around and not get a haircut, they just like the old shop, you know.
And talking about that, some of that, like the chairs, you know how old those chairs might have been?
I don't know. See, I used them for all that time, and they were old when I got there.
Yeah, because Pete and Judd used them too.
Probably have Pete and Judd, yeah.
I wonder, was that where Jake Abel was?
Well, that's the way Barber, but I don't know what he had. I don't know. I really didn't know much about him. And, but he had 50 years there,
Wow.
and Pete had 50 years there.
And how many of you?
I had 47, but I worked for him for 7 years, so it's kind
Oh,
of,
54.
yeah, so.
Wow.
And then, of course, Eddie, he was there for 10 years, so that makes it.
You was there that long?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Sure hate to see it disappear.
Yeah, it's
Really, really a part of Vermilion.
well, when we look down the street, we don't see much that was there since 1957 anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Bob Turner, I don't know if anybody remembers him, he was a barber. And
Was Bob down the block?
yeah, just down the hill there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what that barber was over here. Well, he was right across the street in the bank building for,
Well, Millie Harris was there for a while. But that was
Millie was a barber?
before he was a plumber, a barber, a machinist. Yeah, he was a lot of things. But Millie had a barber shop in the back part of the bank there. I don't know what's in there,
Oh,
tax
yeah.
department or something.
Yeah, that was before me, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they already had their factory, I think, when I
Yeah.
came. Oh, I can't think of the barber's name that was across the street. He was fast. Ooh, was he fast.
Sure.
Good barber, too.
Didn't run you out of business, though.
Hmm?
Didn't run you out of business.
No.
What I was going to ask too is that when people came in from out of town a lot of times, summertime from Linwood and other
Yeah,
places, did they come in to?
Yeah, we got quite a few people from Linwood. Most of them seemed like they all come from Pennsylvania. Well, I don't know whether that was,
Oh, yeah, sure.
whether, in fact, I see one of my old customers, and he would come, but not, he moved to Vermilion, so, yeah, but he was a Linwood person. I can tell about my Crystal Beach experience.
Sure, go right ahead. You see you sitting over there waiting.
Anyhow, I don't know how long I was here or not, but I thought I'd go to Crystal Beach, and so they had that roller coaster, So, okay, I bought a ticket and climbed on. Nobody said anything to me, I thought, I wonder if I ought to put this seatbelt on. Well, I put that seatbelt on. Boy, was I happy I did. Scared me after death with a seatbelt on. I was just not a roller coaster person.
You didn't get back on?
No. In the Penny Arcade.
Yep. You go dancing up there?
We did a couple times, yeah. And roller skating, wasn't roller skating too, wasn't it, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah. roller
You like to roller skate?
I never got very good at it. I couldn't go backwards. I fell more times trying to go backwards than I did forward. You know, you see those roller skaters and everything, well, it's beautiful.
Make it look easy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You ever go ice skating?
I tried it. I liked that, but didn't do that much of it. It's tough on your ankles, you know. You're lucky if you don't want like that. Yeah, we bought ice skates for all the kids, and I don't know if they ever did get to use them much.
How many children do you have?
Seven kids, yeah.
Boys and girls?
Oh, yeah, what do we got? I don't know. 3 or 4 boys and 3 or 4 girls.
Are they around?
Well, we got one in Lorraine, one in Iowa, one in Indiana, one in Willowbrook, and one just down the street from us on 60, one on 20. None in Vermilion, no. None of any in Vermilion.
Where exactly do you live now?
On Butler Road,
In Butler?
yeah. By the airport.
Oh, sure.
It was kind of nice there.
Have you lived there a long time?
Yes. We got married in April and moved there at Halloween and ever since been there. But we got to enjoy a lot of things that people might, I don't know if they paid or not, but the ordiners would do the practice flying and everything. And we got a free ride there. We could just watch them. It was really nice.
They didn't do too well after a while. But,
They were flyers. They were really,
yeah, they were nice guys.
yeah.
So you must have got up pretty early to come into Vermilion to open the shop.
What's that?
You must have got up pretty early in the morning to get down here and open that shop.
Oh, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, that's out of the way.
What time?
8 o'clock?
That's what time you got up?
No, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, 5, I still get up at 5 if I can wake up.
And then if the weather was bad, you still made it.
Well, that old hill in Birmingham there, you know, with the river,
Yeah?
I'm going up and down, and sometimes I skated down.
Did you ever miss many days because you were out there?
Well, I had an operation once, and I missed a couple of weeks then, but not too much.
I didn't think so.
Some of my poor customers probably caught colds from me. Yeah, one woman accused me of that, but I didn't say I was so false, but probably was. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, people calling, what are you gonna do? You gotta, you're their servant.
Until you mentioned it, I never even gave it a thought. Now I do. That's why I haven't been to a barber for a while. I don't want a cold.
Yeah, there you go.
What an excuse.
Well, you know, now, it's so different now, though. You look at the men, and they've got women's haircuts, they got men's haircuts, and flat tops, and you name it, whatever they are. You know, the women used to have the crazy haircuts, and now the men got it too. Same with the hats. Remember when the women used to wear hats all the time? And I always liked the women's hats. And now the men, they wear goofy hats too, so. No flowers on yours, Rich.
Not yet. Time goes by, those things change.
Yeah.
Paul was the best part of 40 years, I guess, and I enjoyed every friggin' moment of it. And I know there's a bunch of other guys that probably did the same, but anyway, here's to you.
Ask them to leave a tip.
The people that came in made the barber shop. The barber didn't make the barber shop. The people that came in like you say, you go there, you want to be, it was kind of like getting entertained. And like I said, if you got somebody in there that got things going, that's perfect.
That's right.
I just wanted to say that I had 3 boys in 3.5 years, and Barbara Paul, I'd come in there with all 3, and he'd 1, 2, 3, do all 3 of the boys, and I don't think he ever hit you or anything, but yeah, they were energetic, and he could do it faster than I could, so it was always fun when Daddy would come home and say, "You've been to Barbara Paul, haven't you guys?"
I also have 3 sons that had the same exact experience. I spent a lot of time at Paul the Barber's, a lot of time.
I enjoyed the women very much.
Well, you never did my hair, but you did my
You know,
3 kids'
I'm
hair.
talking about the women that brought the kids in.
Some of them were the tigers you were talking about.
I just never could understand it, but the way they are. Well, one of my neighbors, his grandson, he wanted me to cut his grandson hair because I used to cut his hair. So he brought him over to the house here about a month ago. He fit the thing, boy. He was tough. Everything but lay him on the floor, you know.
Paul, he cut lots of men's and boys' hair, but I don't know if you remember, but you also cut my sheep, my lambs.
Yeah.
For the fair.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
You had a lot of those at your
And I don't know how
place
many years I cut your goat's hair.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flat top? Is it flat top?
Well, they weren't always very cooperative either.
No, they
They like, with their legs, they don't like they fool around their legs around their head. They don't. Well, that's precious property, I guess. Well, they need both of them, you know. They need their head and they need their legs. And so they're pretty tough about that.
I'd like to know what happened to all of your equipment that was in the shop and the barber pole that was outside.
Well, when Ed bought my business and my equipment, and he wanted his people to come to where he moved. So that's why he took all that stuff, so that I can't run another barber shop. I'm guessing that, but I'm pretty sure that's what the reason is. He owned it, so he could do what he wanted to, but I felt really bad about that.
Do you know what happened to it?
I think he's got it stored somewhere. Because he went to work for somebody else, so he don't need it.
Yeah.
But he wanted his people to follow him, and that's one way they could stay there if there's no shop. So, I don't know. In fact, I went over there, I had what I thought was his water bill, and took it over to him, and when I was over there, one of his customers showed up over there, so maybe they'll follow him. I hope they do, but I don't think they will after a while.
You're right.
Well, there was a time, and I think it was a period of time when you were trying to make some extra money, and you started raising goats. And some of those stories about you raising those goats and who you had to get to buy them and sell them and all that was a lot of fun just listening to those stories. Can you tell us a little bit about those experiences?
Well, actually, the goats were my wife's project. And she, so she more or less took care of them, but you know how that works. You get part of the jobs too, but she milked them and made, my one son, no matter what she did with that goat milk, he says, "You got goat milk in there." And none of the kids wanted to eat it then. Couldn't keep him, he wouldn't keep his mouth shut, you know. He would tell on him. But, yeah, we did that. But then we raised pigs. I raised pigs for several years. And I like them too. To me, I know they stink bad, but they actually are a lot like people, you know. There'll be a bunch of them laying around, you know, just resting around. Here's one that walks all over them, you know, growling and stuff. And that's just like people, you know, everything's all right, and somebody comes along and they can just get everybody all upset, you know. So I always thought, well, they're kind of like people, and some of them like you, and some of them stay over in the corner, you know, bashful like that. They were interesting.
What are you raising now?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, my wife says pigs stink, so. She talked me out of my cows and out of my pigs, and so.
No dogs, no cats?
No dogs, no cats. Well, I shouldn't say this because probably 3/4 of people in here got dogs, but all I can think of is I see dogs. You got this dog trained, you know. Yeah, he runs through the door, woof, woof, I want out. He's got you trained. Woof, woof, you know. Sorry, Tim. But that's kind of the way I look at it. And so, you know, if you don't have a dog, well, it's like a child. You have to take care of them, you gotta love them. And that's why I said I got so many kids to love, I ain't got time for a dog. So, yeah. And every dog we had, I had one, he came, I don't know where he came from, nice dog. I used to go to the elevator and he'd follow me to the elevator. And if any of the dogs along the way, he would run right underneath everything to get away from my dog. He never wanted. So, you know, and it seemed like he always stayed home, but guess what? He got run over, just like the rest of them, you know. He was a good little dog. I don't know why people got rid of him.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Shall we thank Mr. Hartenstein?